What's going on, everybody? I had to stop at this rest stop, and while I was here, I went ahead and washed my windshield. Man, it makes it so much better. I keep a water bottle with a little bit of Dawn and some water in there, and I've got a scrub brush with a squeegee on the other side of it, long handled scrub brush, and get up there and wash that windshield. Man, it makes it so much better. So how's your Sunday going? Mine's going pretty relaxingly. Got 150 miles to the customer. We'll be stopping a little bit before that, probably. May stop and get the truck washed. It's about wash time again. Always when I'm talking, huh? Always. Man. But anyway, so they lowered our wash time for our trucks before all this Rona started was 14 days to 21 days. They wanted you to get it washed within that time period. Then they moved it to basically an indefinite time, just whenever you could get to a terminal that had a wash bay. And then they changed it to 28 days when they turned Blue Beacon back on. And now they've got it back to the 14 to 21 days. So I'm on day 14 right now, so it's about time. If I find a Blue Bacon, I might jump in there and have them wash it. She doesn't look bad, but, you know, she could look better. I like it when Spade gets a wash. So, a couple of things that have happened this weekend. Today is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Steve. He's 47. He's 43 this year. I called him earlier and he'd just woken up, so I'm gonna call him a little later and talk to him, see how he's doing. But that was the good news for this weekend. The bad news for this weekend is I had an uncle by marriage pass away on Friday. That was pretty sad. It was my Uncle Tommy. They'll have the funeral before I get back home, so I've, posted to the family, my condolences and that kind of stuff. I did get to see him last year. First time I've seen him in several years. But I did get to see him last year at my Aunt Peggy's retirement party, and that was good. I was glad to get to see him and get to see my aunt and stuff, so at least I got to see him one last time. But if you will, please keep that part of my family in your thoughts, and hopefully they'll get through this pretty quick and move on and remember the good things that went on while he was alive. And that's how I like to remember people, is the good things, but yeah, we're just trucking on and having a good time getting down to where we need to be. I've already gotten a shower today and washed my clothes today, watched the F1 race today, and as always, Hamilton took the show. I think while he's sitting in that Mercedes seat, now I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a good driver. He manages the car well, manages his tires well, and he can drive. I'll tell you that. He's the best driver on the grid right now. But it doesn't hurt that he's sitting in a Mercedes either. And Mercedes have got their vehicles dialed in, the last 3, 4, 5 years. But eventually somebody will come up and challenge them again. But until then, it's the Hamilton show every weekend. And nobody is really challenging him either. Oh, there goes a Meacham truck right over the overpass up there. Wonder what they're hauling. Some kind of classic car, I'm going to tell you that. So if you watch F1, leave me a comment on this year's season. Now my guy is Daniel Ricciardo. He's from Australia, and I like him. He's a fun-loving guy, and he doesn't, stuff doesn't bother him too much. But next year he'll be in. This year he's in a Renault. Next year he'll be in a McLaren, and I think he'll have a better chance of being back up there in that top 5, top 4 run next year. Hopefully, if McLaren keeps doing what they're doing. But that's just my thoughts on it. Just get him out of that yellow and black car, and everything will be cool. But anyway, let's go. Wow. So I am 31 miles from the customer. I actually had to go down. Shut up. I actually had to go from had to go through Cincinnati and into Kentucky because there's nothing around Cincinnati at all in Ohio or Indiana for us to park. So there's a TA just over the border, about 9-10 miles, and it said it was full, so I chanced it anyway. One spot, found one spot that wasn't a pay spot, and there are, I bet there's no less than 100 trucks here that are just the tractor, taking up all these spots where you put a trailer in. Also, bunches of trailers that are empty, and somebody please explain to me, any of you guys that have driven trucks for a while, why do truck drivers that are bobtailing pull all the way back into a space? I don't get it. I don't understand why they don't put their nose even with everybody else so that you don't think there's a spot there. I don't know if it's just them being an a-hole or what, but it's frustrating as hell. But whatever. So I'm parked for the rest of the day. It's like 4 o'clock, and I'm done. Appreciate y'all being here. Y'all come back tomorrow.